Hey everybody, Dr. Josh Axe here, my wife, Dr. Chelsea Axe, and today we're going to be talking about
morning sickness. First, welcome to the Axe Family YouTube channel. We're thrilled you joined us today. And again, we're going to go through morning sickness, how I dealt with it, the extent to which I dealt with it. We're just going to give you all the details and then remedies that we found worked for me, maybe some things that didn't necessarily work but have worked for other people.
So cover all those things. So you did experience morning sickness.
I did. I know some people, I've talked to numerous people, they're like, if you're like healthy going into it, like you won't experience morning sickness. And I'm just telling you, I was real healthy going into this. And I didn't have like extreme morning sickness where I was like throwing up, vomiting. I actually didn't vomit, praise Jesus. But I was very nauseous for a good 6 weeks.
Yeah,
and
I'll say this though too. I hardly have known any women who had no morning sickness. I mean, I think almost, for the most part, I think 98% have some. And we'd love to hear from you. Did you experience morning sickness? How bad was it? So you had it.
I did.
But it wasn't severe, but it was definitely there.
It was definitely there.
For sure.
Yeah, it definitely is there. It definitely affected day to day. And there was definitely some things that we did that helped get it more manageable to where I was able to like still function, and like I said, I was still able to go to the gym like four or 5 times a week, and
I think the important thing too is like one of the things we did, because we knew we were trying to get pregnant, is you started taking some supplements beforehand, which you really noticed helped. So what were some of those supplements?
So I did like a micronutrient test and everything like that. So I really wanted to make sure I wasn't deficient in anything going into pregnancy, because when you get to be pregnant, baby is going to start taking everything baby needs, and rightfully so, baby should.
And you're creating a new organ.
And you're creating a whole new organ.
Yeah.
So your body is needing a lot of things. So trying to catch up from a deficiency once you're already pregnant is kind of impossible.
It's much more difficult.
It's very, at least especially in the first try, when your body is actually responsible for making all the hormones, because the placenta hasn't been fully created yet to do that. Your body's just in charge of a lot and needs a lot of different things. So a deficiency can show its head a lot more in that time frame than after.
Especially a deficiency that's related to blood, because I mean that's one of the big things. Blood and tissue regeneration, so things that are related to stem cells and things that are related to, again, your body building blood, are really critical. So two of the things I know you took were magnesium and vitamin B6.
Yeah.
And those are two, if you want to prevent morning sickness or have a lesser degree of morning sickness, those are really essential.
Yeah, absolutely. For adding in while you're pregnant, again, I've upped my dosage, and we have a whole video on the supplements I'm taking and what that looks like now, so make sure you do check that out as well. But again, increasing the dosage while pregnant, but also then making sure beforehand that your body is completely like saturated, so to speak, with those vitamins as much as your body would need beforehand going into it.
So again, magnesium and B6, those are really two of the critical nutrients there. And honestly, even in taking a prenatal, you really need more on top of that, especially the magnesium. So what you're going to do, magnesium is typically going to be between 400 and 600 milligrams daily. So maybe it's 250 milligrams twice a day. And then with vitamin B6, it's going to be the recommended dosage of a straight B6 supplement 2 times daily.
Yeah, and then if you have any sort of digestive issues, or you have had them in the past, you may have magnesium absorption issues within your gut. So even though you've increased your dosage, your body may not be able to absorb the magnesium. So there may be other routes to actually take the magnesium that could be better off for you.
Yeah, and I'll share this. If you're not digesting these nutrients properly, the most important thing to do pre-pregnancy is take a probiotic, specifically an SBO, soil-based organism probiotic. It's just, if you just go online and search
and through pregnancy.
SBO, through pregnancy, SBO probiotic. And then along with that, doing a like collagen. So specifically, always buy a multi-collagen protein, not just collagen, multi-collagen protein or a bone broth protein. But that collagen, because 90% of your gut is made of collagen.
Yeah.
And then what lines your entire gut are probiotics. And so that's why probiotics plus collagen are going to help with absorption.
Absolutely. And again, continuing to take that through pregnancy as well. I know, like, especially for the 6 weeks when I was nauseous, I had days where I woke up and I was like, the last thing I wanted to do was drink bone broth because it just was not going to happen, but I did it anyways. It was one of those things where it's like I didn't even give myself a chance to mentally think about drinking it. It was like I made it, I started downing it. There were a couple times I absolutely gagged, but I continued to just swallow it and make myself do it because, you know.
And that's if you decided to drink regular something like chicken broth, but there's like a collagen protein or multi-collagen protein, it's pretty much close to a tasteless powder.
Right.
So you get that to water or coffee.
Yeah.
So if you do, just doing the collagen powder rather than bone broth is sometimes a little simpler.
Yeah, it can be if you can drink liquids. I had a rough time drinking water in my first try.
Yeah, that's why you drank it seemed like only grapefruit juice.
Well, what I would do is I would mix like a quarter of grapefruit juice with the rest of my water bottle.
Yeah.
Because I knew like it's still sugar, grapefruit juice, which I didn't want to up my sugar intake. But drinking water would make me really nauseous. So I would do a quarter of the bottle as grapefruit juice so it tastes like grapefruit juice, and then I would add in the rest water just so I would make sure I stay hydrated. But that was a little tip that I did that helped.
And the other thing you did was use essential oil. So during the process of being and you took a sort of a prenatal. You took a prenatal.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
You took probiotics. Mm-hmm. You took collagen.
Yep.
You took an omega.
I took an omega.
And then you used essential oils. So what were some of the essential oils you were using?
The big one was peppermint.
Yeah, that's right.
And actually our midwife is the one who recommended doing this. I hadn't even thought about it when she came over for her first appointment. She's like, oh, you're feeling nauseous. You need to carry a bottle of peppermint oil with you. And anytime you start feeling nauseous at all, you just need to take a couple big inhales of it and just really like focus and come back and be present with it. And it helped a lot.
Yeah, and so with this, we're not recommending taking peppermint oil internally. Mm-hmm. This is just simply smelling it.
And that will there's so many studies on how that will affect and bring even cellular changes in the body, even just doing that aromatically.
Yeah, essential oils are powerful. The other essential oil, which I think is really great, is ginger oil. So again, peppermint oil and ginger oil, those are really the two essential oils that I think are most impactful at reducing feelings of nausea, morning sickness, any of those issues.
Speaking of ginger, like ginger tea, we did some of that.
That's right.
We just took some like ginger root and we cut it up and just boiled it in some water, and I would just sip on that. That kind of helped any kind of nausea.
You did, and the other thing you did is you did this tea here.
Yes. So this is milk thistle tea. Now I'm going to warn you, the taste is not amazing. It does not taste good.
Yeah, add a little honey, a little, something like that to it is fine. But now the reason I want to mention here, so this is milk thistle tea. When you're buying, two of our favorite brands are probably this Alvita and Traditional Medicinals. Those are the two tea brands that we personally buy, just because we know the source. We actually know. I know the owner of this brand, and so it's just so milk thistle supports the liver. Mm-hmm. Now, when people hear about the liver, they think, oh, detoxification.
Right.
The liver actually moves blood in your body and even helps support in creating some blood. Mm-hmm. So that's a big deal. And it also helps your body detox of something called xenoestrogens, which are estrogens that can disrupt and affect your natural hormones. And so that's why milk thistle, it's so supportive of your liver, and your liver is partly responsible for building blood in your body. So that's why you did milk thistle. And you notice that helped, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely. All of these little things played a part in helping to make the big picture better. So it wasn't like this one miracle working thing. It was adding in all these different pieces together just to kind of, bring like a full on support of my body in the process. Yeah,
and in the future, we're gonna do a whole video on the diet for fertility and the diet for health during pregnancy, because there's two organ systems you really wanna support, and that is essentially your, in getting pregnant, it's really your reproductive system / adrenals. It's really key, because if your adrenal is too low in terms of sort of its just as an analogy, a battery, is actually hard to get pregnant. And in order to carry a baby, you really need to keep your they call it your pancreas really healthy. Insulin is really, really key, because insulin's a hormone that affects all other hormones in the body. So we'll talk about the exact diet and the foods, both for fertility and carrying through pregnancy, which is important. Important here as well. And then here's a tea you did. This is a great local tea shop in Nashville. It's called High Garden here. You can see, and you can go and actually make your own tea blends. But this is one we did. It's called Tea for Two. You can kind of see that there, T for 2. And so the ingredients in this, number one, and we made sure we want to be really conscious of, these are teas that have been used for thousands of years in Chinese medicine and Ayurvedic medicine that have been proven to be safe during pregnancy. Number one here is red raspberry tea leaf. That's one.
Yeah. And that has been controversial in the past as far as like when in your pregnancy you should start taking it. I know some people have said don't wait till your third try. Some people have said it's fine throughout. We actually talked it through with my midwife just to make sure that she was on board with the red raspberry leaf tea, just because we'd heard conflicting things from friends
the only thing I saw conflicting was the people that say take nothing ever.
Okay.
Essentially was online. If you look at the medical studies, every pregnancy tea blend, and these are companies that are, are being
researched
and safe. Red raspberry is the one common denominator used in pretty much every other tea. Stinging nettles, chamomile, moringa leaf, and then sometimes cinnamon and ginger. Those tend to be the ones that most people will use during pregnancy, because those are natural herbs / foods that people will use. It's in pumpkin pie, cinnamon, and so is ginger, and so anyways, but red raspberry and nettles tend to be the two that are most important. And specifically nettles is good for your reproductive system, for your adrenal glands actually, and is typically how it's used. Yeah. So let's talk about those.
Yes. So this is a C-band. These honestly were game changers for me in pregnancy, and this was actually recommended for me by our acupuncturist.
Yeah, Dr. Gil Bonami.
So what this is it goes around your wrist. So there's 2 of them. This is just one. You have one for each wrist. And you can see on the inside of it, see how that's sticking up? There's this little bead. So there's an acupuncture point in your wrist. If you can see, you have your 2 tendons that go right here in your wrist. So you want to take 3 fingers, start at the top of your wrist. Keep your finger pads, turn so you can see, measure exactly down, and then right below the finger pad of your 3rd finger, so it'll be right there for me, I would put the bracelet and have that bead that was sticking out, stick right there, and make sure it was in between those 2 tendons at that point. And just that slight pressure, keeping it there all day, was huge for relieving nausea for me. Like for me, taking the bands off, even for showering, I noticed a difference. Like I would take shorter showers because I wanted to put those bands back on.
Yeah, and it's amazing. I mean, you look at acupuncture too. Again, there are certain points in your body that help nourish and strengthen organs. So in acupuncture, where they put needles, it kind of tells your body, we need to send energy to this point. We need to send blood and nutrients to an area of the body. So when you're putting pressure on that specific area, it's sending nutrient. It's really supporting specific areas of your body. Typically your pancreas is one of the big ones in terms of relieving those symptoms of nausea.
And I would go and I would see our acupuncturist once a week, and he would actually put a needle in this point, and that even took it to a further degree of relief when he would do that, and that was amazing. I was like, please just put the needle in. But here, this is what it looks like. So this actually, it was funny, for the first good 6 weeks, I had to wear long sleeves. Or I had to be very careful where I would wear these, because this is like a dead giveaway that somebody's pregnant for the most part, because they're for nausea. So I had one on each wrist, so I kind of looked like a superhero or something. But
a little bit. It's like your Wonder Woman bracelets.
Yeah.
So.
But we had a couple people that, like, my long sleeve would move a little bit, and a couple people were like, oh man.
Well, there are people like Maggie at our church. When we were doing like a leadership retreat there.
That's funny.
It was funny. It was great.
Yep, dead giveaways. Be careful if you're going to use them.
So anyways, so I hope you guys have enjoyed these, this journey with us that we're sharing with you. And Chelsea's done such an amazing job just caring for her body, caring for herself, and so I think, as we've talked about, using some of these essential oils, using some of these herbs, things like the C-band, seeing people like acupuncturists and chiropractors, and having midwives. I mean, these have been people we've sort of trusted and really supported us on our journey, because I think sometimes being pregnant, sometimes it's kind of a team effort. We really believe in community and relying on people around us and those we love and supporting us, and you being and us being our best, and It's good.
It's a team effort.
So, hey, we hope you guys have enjoyed this video. If you guys have and you're not subscribed, make sure to subscribe. We've got a lot more videos coming out. We're going to talk about that diet of what to eat before and during pregnancy, which I just think is so important for health. We also are going to have the gender reveal coming up soon. Is it a boy? Is it a girl?
Vote. Comment with your vote down below. I would love to see what you think, if it's a boy or girl.
I'm interested too.
Comment below. I want to know for your vote, and then that should be one of the next videos we post. Will be our full reveal.
Totally, and along with you too, if you want to see some of the other stuff we're posting, we both post a lot on Instagram.
Yeah.
So you can follow Chelsea on Instagram. It's at Dr. Chelsea Axe, and also here at Dr. Josh Axe. So we're posting stories and other videos and posts as well. So I always want to say, hey, we love you guys. Thank you for being part of our journey, and we really want to support you guys in your health and your life. And so we'll see you again very soon. Thanks.